What? Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mullets are back. As you can see, 3 very similar hairstyles today. And that leads us right into, just want to big up my wife for making this new intro for us. Hey now, I'm putting it on the thing now, right? So I told her I'd let her know when we're going to go for it. So this is new, this is improved. No one's seen it yet. So here we go for the mullet.
Never give up on us. Now we're on the road to you. Right now, all our dreams can be made. I will be kings of football again. England!
There we have it. And we didn't have a name. We didn't even have a name. It was just a joke. But then it became the Mullet Show. Tom, I didn't ask you to turn up today with, how you've grown a mullet so quickly in 2 weeks, I don't know, but that's pretty impressive.
I just want to be like you.
It looks pretty amazing. Jack, welcome to the show. You're our first ever guest.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
How are you feeling today? You feeling good?
Feeling good. Feeling great. Yeah.
Excellent.
Good.
Well, you're our first guest, and this is all about having fun on the Mullet Show. This is what we do, and we like to start off with, which is going to become a familiar section of the show. It's called Millwall Watch.
Come on, you Lions!
So, Thomas, how was Millwall this week? What went down?
As I was just saying, mate, you should have come down because it was an absolute humdinger. I'm talking 0-0. I'm talking flying tackles. I'm talking not even seeing 3 passes strung together. But I tell you what, wouldn't miss it for the world. Up, you Lions. Come on, you Lions. Playoffs, here we come.
That's what you pay your season ticket for, isn't it?
Well, might do next year, mate.
Did anything exciting happen other than the 0-0 though?
Well, it actually brings me on to the point you raised a couple of weeks ago. Your great time that you had at the Millwall game a couple of months back at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
you always wondering where you're going to sit in your seat. So me and a couple of mates, we arrived a bit late.
Did you try and sit in your actual seat?
No, you don't try to sit in your seat. But basically, we've
ended up... a nightmare, that.
Exactly. We're going to another story when Jack was there, but we
we'll go on to Jack's story afterwards.
We went. So we ended up sitting in these seats, which weren't ours, which happened to be a season ticket holders who wasn't there. So nobody's sitting in these seats. But this guy over.
Hang on a second. Do season ticket holders sit in their seats?
Probably not, mate. They're just getting in amongst it, mate. You stand. You don't sit anyway. You don't sit.
I move people out of my seat. If they're in my seat, it don't even matter if they're one across. I'm like, you're in my seat. Sorry.
Well, do you know what? You're a cock. You're just a massive grade A cock right there.
Okay. You can try that at Millwall, but I'm not sure how it would work out.
I don't think I'd have the balls.
So we've ended up sitting down in these season tickets. So is this mate? I don't know what the connection was. He said, look, these aren't your seats. Why sit? We sat down there anyway, right? But there was these guys next to us that were kind of getting involved with his dad and his 3 kids, sitting in these seats, and then he was just kicking off about anything and everything. It was great fun there, mate. Do you know what? If you're not getting kind of intense about it, you're not feeling a bit under pressure, mate, before even kickoff, what's the point? But
was that the story?
Well, mate, it wasn't. I'm just saying it was about this whole.
I thought it was going to be a funny story.
Well, it's not a funny story.
Was your story basically football and a middle-aged man with his family moaned about other people?
Right, so can we just recap the story, right? Like Jack said, there's a middle-aged man with his 3 kids. Yeah. And he's giving the bit of stick.
Did I tell you it was a funny story? I'm just saying. You told me what happened in the Millwall game. I'm not
joking.
I'm just saying. He started kicking off. No, I didn't. I didn't say anything. He was kicking off at us for sitting in his seat. Couple of lads.
He was kicking off at you.
Yeah, of course. And then a couple of lads next to us. A couple of lads were next to us, started kicking off at them. And then literally, that tempers didn't flare, mate. But I'm just thinking, there's this old man in his mid-40s, let's say, 3 kids there. They don't give a shit, mate. They're on their Game Boys or whatever the kids are playing these days. I don't know. But literally, what I'm just trying to point out is at any moment it can kick off. And Jack's been to a Millwall game where it actually has kicked off between Millwall fans in the stadium.
It sounds like a better story. Come on, Jacko.
Well, yeah, mate. Do you remember
What stand was it? Yeah, it was Leicester in the FA Cup, wasn't it? The year after they won the Prem. But what stand was it? Because it was the rowdy stand we were in.
Great day, mate. We always sit there. Block 18, block 17,
went to get to our seats.
Yeah.
And all made the point, well, they're in our seats. We have to move them. Most of the time, I'm like, it's not how it works around here, mate. We ended up having to stand on this. We had to stand on the stairs, and the steward came out. He was like, "You need to go to your seat." I was like, "I can't go to my seat. There's someone in it." And then you just turn around to the right, and there's 2 fans scrapping in the bit as you go into the concourse, just having their tear up. I was like, "This is great." I had a banging headache as well.
Claret was everywhere, all on the way, all the way to the toilet, up everywhere, mate. But the problem
what
is,
do you
mate,
think? What do you think?
Don't sit in your seat. Don't sit in your seat. Sit where you can.
What I'm trying to think of right now is like, do you think the universe would like end or turn on its axis if everyone at Millwall actually sat in their right seats? Like,
that'd be a sad day for me. That would be a sad day. It's like football losing its charm a little bit for me. Part of the experience of Millwall is the fact that you can smoke in the toilet.
Not sitting in your seat.
That's not a Millwall thing. That happens everywhere.
No, Arsenal
doesn't. The Millwall thing. Smoking in the Come on, mate.
I've heard it only happens at away games. That's what I've heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But then
away games, you can sit wherever you want. They don't matter. You first come, first serve. I mean,
so why is it
in the toilet? You can smoke in the toilet, can you? First come, first serve. Lambert and Butler, please. Benson and Hedges. Don't matter what I do.
Jack, you're a Newcastle fan.
I am indeed, yeah.
Do you get to sit in your seat when you go to Newcastle?
When you go to Newcastle, yeah.
Well, there you go then. I mean,
yeah, you tend to be able to sit in your own seat.
It's just
away games. It tends to always be a bit of a free for all. Like Watford earlier in the season, this woman was like, "I've been following these for 40 years, and you're stood in my seat." I was like, "I'll move along. It's not that much."
Yeah, but fair enough, though. She has been going for 40 years, mate.
I would have fucking mugged her off. I would have been like, you don't understand the fucking rules.
If it's someone that has been there for a long time, if it's just some guy like the other day who was just basically saying you can't sit in these empty seats, he can fuck off.
Hang on, well, they weren't empty seats; they were his seats.
No, they weren't his seats. He was sitting he was in front. He was behind us. He was just kicking off for no reason. Didn't get it.
But the thing is, Jack, right? That woman, right? She don't know the fucking rules, mate. Because away games, you're allowed to sit in whatever seat you want. So you should have said, "Look, love, these are the fucking rules. Fuck off the road queue, or I'll spank you one."
Mate, it was absolute Clifton talk. Why don't you put a little steward's vest on and walk around and telling everyone, "Are you sitting in B52?" Wow.
Do you want to know a funny story? I actually applied to be the head of the stewards at Arsenal.
You absolute Clifton, mate.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it, unfortunately. All right, well.
Stand on the steps. Move along.
Oh, but I actually didn't get it. I've totally gone off course there. Went straight onto Millwall watch because I was so excited about Tom's rubbish story. What did you think of the intro? How many footballers were in the intro? That is the question. How many footballers? Just one footballer.
Just one. David Beckham.
But I said to my wife, I said, you probably should make some of those more footballers. She said, show it to Tom first, and then we'll re-edit it. So
I think I'm very happy with that. So I enjoyed that. The thing is, we'd add what we'd do is we'll add in one each week, and then we'll try and guess it. There you go.
Nice.
He's coming up with ideas.
I mean, Tom actually came up with a little quiz today, and then he was like, "Oh, have you got a way of covering up their faces?" And I was like, I mean, you could probably do that on Windows Word.
It's not that
I don't have the time to do this.
He said he's too busy.
To be fair to Tom,
need to be inspired. What?
He did a quiz in lockdown 1 with all the lads, and it went down the storm.
I can't wait to
until the final question. When do you remember? It really kind of kicked off. So the quiz went on. And it was really, really good. And then for the final question, it was you had to list every one of Zlatan Ibrahimovic's football clubs, and then you got an additional 50 points if you got the clubs in order. Well, the lad that won was nowhere near winning, got them all in order, so the rest of everyone else was fuming. Well, do you remember? I didn't know we didn't speak for like 3 weeks. Some people, did they?
Ollie, right now, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, can you name all the clubs in which order, mate? No chance.
No, I mean I can give you like.
That was a great question.
I don't even. I reckon. What Matt? Did he play for Man United?
Zlatan.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about it?
He played for Man United.
Why did he go to being a head steward at Arsenal? Right, you Quifton.
I didn't get the job.
Mate, I've seen a steward at Arsenal be dead easy.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I should point my head in the direction of Millwall. It sounds well, Larry. There, you know what I mean.
Can you imagine you, mate? The abuse that you.
Excuse me, please, can you stop? Can you stop that? Can you sit in your own seats, mate? I'd start right. I'd be like, right, everyone's sitting in their own seats. Don't care who you are. Sitting in your bloody. Is this your seat? No, we'll get over to that fucking stand. Okay.
It's great though. They tell you when you're standing up though. They're brilliant. They tell you literally when you're standing right on the concourse. You know the little tunnels to go out to your seats. If you stand right in front of it, that's a fire hazard. But if you just literally stand, 20 centimeters over to the right, they don't give two shits. They can't give a crap by that point. But anyway.
Well, it's a good thing they're never going to get promoted to the Premier League because
you say that, mate. 3 points on player. Come on, you Lions!
All right. The next thing I wanted to talk about is Antonio Conte. Now, right, I don't know what you guys think, right, but I've seen how Conte has reacted after a few losses, and I just think it's fucking embarrassing, right? Take it like a man the fuck up, right? If we reacted like that in our jobs, every time something didn't go right for us, every time someone's just puked on my floor and I'm cleaning it up, I don't react like a little bitch. But
he's trying to get something to happen, isn't he? He's trying to do it to try and get more funds.
That's not.
Just imagine if you got a bad email at work or a bad call. Come on!
Look at you on the phone. Like, the club are rotten. I've not got enough players.
Well, you haven't seen why I moan at work. I'm probably like Antonio Conte because he wants it to be better, doesn't he? It was never gonna end well though. It hasn't ended. Him going there.
But I don't understand how that's an acceptable way to act. Like he's a world-class manager, but he's acting
he's acting like one though. They act like that.
But you're telling me Mourinho doesn't do exactly the same?
Yeah, well, he's a little bitch as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're telling me Wenger didn't do the same. He had a little bit of class, but towards the end of his career,
trust me, Wenger never overstepped the line, mate.
Yeah.
He never did.
Yes, he did. When he first came to the country, he was doing it with Fergie.
Give me an example of when he did something like Conte did.
Oh, there was that one when he got sent to the stands against Man United.
Exactly, at United. Because
he never had a go at the players. Never had a go at the players. Never had a go at the board.
Towards the end
never had a go at the fans. That's all I'm saying.
Think how shit Tottenham are.
Yeah, I know. I get that.
Conte's got to do something to try and. He can't be like they're not good enough for where they want to be.
I know, but Jack, you make your bed, you got to lie in it. Just like the guy with the tickets at Millwall, who was like, "You're not sitting in that seat." He had no bloody right. All right, you chose
Conte's
the job.
Being a fan, he's just sitting in any seat. He's not taking it lying down. He's gonna say what he sees, and he's not gonna pat everyone on the back. He's gonna go, not good enough here. The players are shit.
Do you think it's like like I'm not trying to say, but like Italian people are very impassioned people.
No excuse.
Everything comes from the heart. Everything comes from the heart. Let me finish.
That's not an excuse for me.
Just because you've got you can put a little Conte's baby in an Arsenal fan, mate. No. I'm not having that round here. You use this podcast or whatever this is to put your little the Tottenham hate crap around, mate. I've had enough of it.
No, Thomas.
I'm calling you
Thomas. So what? you don't think
Thomas? Sit in your seat and enjoy sitting in your seat,
Mr. Shelby. So you don't. You right? Okay, Jack. I'm going to come to you first, right? So you think Conte's behaviour is acceptable by just going, well, he's Italian and he's emotional
Nah.
and he's fine.
I like seeing that from my manager of the football club I support.
Well,
One
Eddie
thing I
Howe
couldn't
doesn't do that,
stand
does he?
when Steve Bruce was manager was him not
I
being
think
constructive.
I think you were bang out of order with Brucey. He was a legend. He was
Well,
a
me
lovely guy.
personally,
No, Newcastle. I think they were bang out of
you
order.
watch that football for 2 years and then come back and speak to me.
He was a lovely guy. No, he was a lovely
But
guy,
then-
and he only ever tried hard.
He's a lovely guy. The guy rents out apartment buildings to people that have got damp in them
He's
and
a
black
lovely
mold.
guy.
You can't
He's
get
a
me
lovely
started
guy.
on Steve
What do you
Bruce.
mean? He's just a landlord, full stop.
Yeah, he's a landlord.
and refuses to pay stuff back. The guy isn't a nice guy.
Where did you
The only
find
reason
out
everyone-
about
What did you,
The
where
only-
did you get
the
that?
only
It doesn't-
reason-
of
the only
all the
reason
things that
everyone
he's
says
done,
he's a
no,
nice
all,
guy.
all the things he's done, you're basically saying he rents out flats and doesn't refurb them every couple of years for a little bit of mold of them, mate. Did you go to university? Have you lived in a city for the first 6-7 years of your life?
Yeah,
I've got mold in my
it's
house now.
Yeah, I had mold, and you know what they say? They say it's not our fault that you've got mold, and it's like it's your fucking flat. All right, then let's put it into perspective. Then, if Conte was he owned a block of flats, right? How would he run those flats? Then would he let there be mold on the wall?
Well,
Would
he
he be
certainly
one of
wouldn't take
those?
it lying down. Would he go, oh, it's just the way it is? We're
No,
going to dust ourselves down
no.
and see if it's better next week.
Conte.
He goes,
Conte
this
would
isn't good
walk
enough. We need to
into-
make it better.
It depends.
Yeah, but what's
It
the good of
depends.
saying that to someone who's paid to live in there? This is
That's-
not good enough.
That's what Bruce does.
Does
It
Conte
is what it is.
own the flats? Does he own the flats, or is he managing the flats? I'm saying if he's owning the flats, it's different. If he's coming in to manage the flat block, right? Let's say he's managing it, right? It depends who the owner is. And if he's working with, let's just say, the new owners of Newcastle, they've got all the money in the world. It'll be the plushest flats in the world. And he'll be like, he only wants the most premium service. And if there was mold, he would cry about it. He would relentlessly bang against the wall and go, anyway.
Well, the
Bruce
thing
has
is,
got-
though,
well, it is
we
what it
have
is.
to agree on one thing: that if you're the landlord or you're the management company, you're all a bunch of cunts. That's because
Thank
we've
you.
all worked with him,
Oh.
but not Steve Bruce.
What I would say on Conte, though, point is that like managers have been doing that for a long old time. And also, one thing you have to do appreciate is the transformation on his lid. Incredible. In fact, let's get him in the intro next week, because from bald to head like that.
It's not a mullet. It's not a mullet. It's not a mullet.
Don't care. Half the haircuts in there weren't mullets, for their good mullets.
Well, I don't know, but my wife, she says, I think they were mullets. She's watching at the moment. Look at that.
Loved it. Fantastic.
I'll help him with his quiz next time. There we go. See?
Thank you, Hazel. Legend.
Thank you, Hazel. Thank you. She's only next door. Love it. All right. So you're sticking up for Conte.
Because, we need some thirst, mate, because you
I think
Need a bit of balance.
Conte is a
You
bit.
are a
And
little...
if he
head of
continues to
stewards.
act like a bitch, I'm going to slap him like a bitch. Okay.
Yeah, mate.
All right. So, and did we come to the point that if he was a landlord, would he be a good landlord?
I think he would be a good landlord.
Yeah, we're a banging
no.
pub. Mate, you're telling
He
me
demands the best.
we're a banging pub.
I'd rather have Steve Bruce. Personally.
Nah. You'd be a bit more homely.
I love-
but
People who've got
Conte-
no experience of that cabbage head just to sit and chat so much rubbish about him. Honestly, I would love it if he managed the likes of Arsenal or something through a year. You'd soon be like,
You
what?
sounded like Kevin Keegan then. You did the old.
We have
Love it.
players
Oh,
breaking down
absolutely
injured
love
after
it. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They
love it.
train 2 times a week because he'd been too busy in Portugal playing golf. He's one of the worst managers ever.
He
Ever,
sounds like a bit of
ever.
a legend. Sounds like a bit of a legend to me.
Nah.
All right.
Sure,
So
he's a nice
moving on.
bloke, but he's a terrible football manager.
Moving on, Jacko. All I know is Arteta was a big admirer, and he got on the phone. And he was like, "Brucey, it was horrible what they did to you, and I'm sorry for that." And he stuck up.
That winds me up. You're not good at your job. people are going to get pissed off and start speaking about it. What?
Well,
We're supposed to just go, it's tough.
He wasn't
Told
that
you.
bad.
I told you, once you
wasn't
open
that
that can, mate, it's not going to stop.
Watch it week in, week out. You weren't watching it.
That's true.
It
I wasn't watching
was horrific.
Oh,
mean,
look at
I-
You
I-
only have to look at what
what a touch.
you only have to look at what
Guy,
Eddie Howe's done. You only have to look at what Eddie Howe's done with. Yes, we've made some signings, but a lot of them are injured, and he's already doing wonders with it. I mean, Joe Linton looks like a completely different bloke.
I do like the way they're playing Murphy. Like, didn't he used to play it like left back, Murphy?
No, that was Bruce. He was signed as a left winger.
Bruce's
thought he'd
bonus.
be a left wing back.
I like the way he's moved him into that forward position because he's rapid.
He's quick. Yeah, he should have got a penalty on Sunday. That was,
I like Dan Burns.
Yeah.
I like
That
Dan
was a bit
Burns.
BDB is probably the best centre back we've signed since, I'd say, Jonathan Woodgate.
No, Peter Ramage.
Chris Wood though, he's a bit.
Piers Bramble.
Crap, isn't he? It's crap. Why
Chris,
did you say
thing is, being
Chris
there
Wood.
on Sunday, watching the game,
Chris Wood, mate.
Chris Wood, he's doing the thankless task of being stuck up top on his own, literally just knocking balls down and just working on his own. So
Why do they
people
not-
saying, "Oh, he's been shit." He hasn't. He's been
Why did they
seven
not start-
and being beaten
Chris
when we
Wood.
had.
Chris Wood, if you were on the bottom third of the table, Chris Wood, great signing. Build up play, touch with the feet, big man, ruffle up some feathers, great signing.
Exactly what we needed as well.
Great
You only have to
signing.
look at the obviously we lost on Sunday, but going on that unbeaten run, he was integral to it. He only scored one goal, but I don't think anyone's won any more headers than him since Jan. So
I don't know. I watched the game on Sunday, and
robbed.
Yeah.
We were robbed.
I mean, but you were maybe. But I mean, that ball you let Jorginho put over the top. I mean, come on, Dan Burns.
That touch was unreal, though.
I mean, it was unreal, but you don't let it.
It shouldn't. It was an unreal goal. He shouldn't have been on the field.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you say
Nah,
it.
you say that. You say that.
Nah,
Should have
but-
been Conte, Comsar.
It was 6-1,
Right.
half a dozen. In it.
Dan Burns, what, 6'8"? He's jumped that high, and he's like what? Like, I know you use your arms to jump, don't you? But his elbows up like that. Not you don't jump with your elbow like that, do you? It was, and as for the
I don't know. Like he was half the
Penalty.
bloody size of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still
You've got to take the height into account.
Come on. What is this? What are we talking about? But what are we talking about here? This is perfect. Get to the championship, proper football, lads. That's a standard
We're
tackle.
not talking about the championship.
Well, I
We're
know.
talking about the championship now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about real world football.
We have
man.
the
When it's
Millwall
slow
guys.
motion. When it's slow motion replays, they go around 100 times. They show everything in slow motion. It's 10
Okay.
times worse.
Right. So, but the penalty, that was 3 fouls in one. Not content with pulling his shirt and grabbing his shirt, then he pushes him and then he trips him up, and the referee doesn't see any of it, and they give it as a corner when he didn't even get a touch on the ball. So what's VAR doing there? I've got no idea what it's doing. When
Yeah,
it's in the ground, I didn't even think it had been checked.
I would agree. That is a penalty. That is a
Stonewall penalty.
Stonewall.
But I mean, Jack, the amount of Arsenal penalties we should have had this season have been the same.
Oh,
so
literally.
it's all
Get my little
swings.
violin out.
All swings and roundabouts, mate.
Boring, mate. Seriously. You might as well just call it the Arsenal show.
It's called the Mullet
But
show.
but
I'll
no,
tell
it
you
was
what,
good.
though.
It was good
Hey,
on
I've got a
Sunday.
question for you. Penny or not penny? We all saw that midweek. Real Madrid, PSG, Donnarumma, the one that Benzema put on him. Was that not a penalty, but a foul? Was that a foul when he basically went into Donnarumma and put
No.
off his put off
Keepers
his
are too
strike?
protected as it. Keepers are too protected as it is.
That to me, Championship, that's not a foul. Premier League, that's a foul all day long. That is a foul. That is a foul. Champions League, that's a
I
foul.
don't think it was a foul. The keeper was having a mare. He was messing around with it. He just didn't know
He was
what he was
having
doing.
a mare, mate.
What?
Huh?
Who?
Huh? Huh? Hey? Sorry, it's this mullet.
No.
This hair gets to my ears, you know. I've
The
never had this
mullet,
much
the
in my life.
Where did you get that from anyway?
Good question, mate. Just growing it myself.
And how much did it cost?
Huh? This is
How much
premium,
is it?
mate. This is premium. This
Yeah.
is premium horsehair, mate. That's what I'm talking about.
I
mate.
actually did think when you said I had a surprise, I thought maybe you got one cut in, which would be.
Bought a proper weave.
Yeah.
I think no. What do you mean, Rob? Just going that. Never gonna give it up.
Stitched in.
He wasn't on the intro, unfortunately. So, Jacko, back to Newcastle.
Yes.
So, you've got all the money in the world by, whatever means possible.
And some more, but yeah.
Well, I hope you're one of those people who are like, oh, screw anything else. We're rich. Yeah?
Yeah. I had
don't hesitate.
I was a bit concerned, but then it was finally sort of at my.
Then you bought Chris Wood.
Was Mike Ashley going? Was Mike Ashley going? Just losing Mike Ashley.
That was my favourite bit, by the way. Sorry, mate, to jump in there. But Sunday, when it's like, he's coming for you. Coming for you, Mike Ashley. He's coming for you.
Yeah, it was good. It was good banter in that away end that day.
So who do you think you're going to sign then? If you're going to sign anyone, if you could sign anyone, who would you sign?
Walking out of the game Sunday, I was like, I want us to go all out and get Rudiger. Because the guy's just great value.
You're not going to sign Rudiger.
I'm saying I'd like us to. I'm not saying we're going to.
We got Dan Burn.
Exactly. Yeah, but we need someone with a bit of pace. And he's funny. Like, you see that little chicken run he did? He's running back to get the ball and he did like a weird chicken run. Like, he's just good fun. But
you can add an extra 5 million on there just for the chicken run.
I think we need a new striker, a new central midfielder.
To replace Chris Wood.
Well, no, because Callum Wilson's never going to stay fit for a season.
What are the refreshments? What are the refreshments like at Newcastle? Do you think they'll give it a bit of a revamp? Maybe, a bit more nicer kind of food in there, but a bit of beer. What beer do you have at Newcastle?
It's got to be Nuki Brownell.
You get Nuki Brownell at Newcastle.
Yeah, Nuki Brownell, mate. Yeah. I think that they've already been starting to do up the stadium because it looked like a shithole, just been left. Just rot away. So
and they sort out that away section in Newcastle is ridiculous. You're so up in the heavens.
Level 7.
Level 7.
Up in level 7, yeah. It's level
7. Sounds like a government project, doesn't it? Oh,
it could be a Saudi government project.
Yeah.
All right, so Saudi owned. You're the richest club in the world. Where are you going to finish next season?
Next season, top 10.
Top 10? Fucking hell, mate.
Have a bit of ambition. You finished top 10 like 3 seasons on, Steve Bruce.
You got Chris Wood.
No, he didn't.
You're going to me, Ash.
No, don't give me that. No, he didn't. No, I'm not going to push.
Yes.
Bruno Guimaraes, whatever his name is.
Mate, get in there and Voldemort midfield, mate.
Get rid of this summer and who we bring in. But I don't,
Voldemort. What's Voldemort?
I can't see it breaking into the top 7 in a season.
You're rich, though. You're rich.
Yeah, we're rich, yeah.
My good friend Adam Daniel says Chelsea players going to jump ship. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle clear them out. There you go.
We'll take Rudiger, Kai Havertz. Not Mason Mount. He did absolutely naff all Sunday. I forgot he was
I don't know. I think Mason Mount's quite good. But moving on to Chelsea.
Quick. Hey.
We have to have a bit of a laugh. What were you going to say, Thomas?
I was just going to ask if you could sign one player for Arsenal at any point. Doesn't matter what era. Doesn't matter what position. Money's no object. Who would be that one player and why?
But what if we already had him, or does it have to be someone we've never had?
Oh, jog on his Thierry Henry, man.
I'd say Henry.
That's it.
Oh, wait. No, I'd probably say.
Okay, didn't play for Arsenal.
I would say the player that got away. It's got to be Ronaldo, isn't it? Because we tried to sign Ronaldo. Even Luis Suarez.
You're telling me you want in the Ronaldinho, mate.
I'd rather have Ronaldo.
I'd have Ronaldinho and Millwall for just a season, just for balance.
No, actually, I know who I'd have. I thought about it.
Chris Wood.
I mean, the guy was so good. He might. I think he was Brazilian. He was half Brazilian. He was that good.
You've got to start connecting with the younger audience, mate. Nobody knows who Jeff Fawcett is, mate.
Exactly. That's a great answer. Anyway, we have to have a little bit of a laugh at Chelsea's predicament because, if it was us, if it was Millwall, it was Newcastle, everyone would be laughing at us as well.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, so what gets me right? I don't know what you boys think of this. He say they can only have 20 grand to get to a game, right? And they're like, that's not enough. I mean,
Yeah, they've said that for the Middlesbrough game, haven't they? They said it's not enough.
but
They're
how?
going to
How much
Middlesbrough,
does a
not
coach cost? Because I nearly
Timbuktu.
hired one for my stag do, and it was only about 800 quid.
Good bands.
Well, no,
Good
I think
bands.
someone looked it up, and apparently you could get 40 hotel rooms in the most expensive hotel in Middlesbrough, 40 first-class return train tickets, and it came underneath £16,000.
Did
They're
it?
chatting rubbish.
Oh,
Yeah,
get us
getting
on.
ready.
Get us on the Borough Tourism Board because that is a great weekend
Yeah.
for the lads. Next stag do, we go Middlesbrough.
They're not going
Only
to.
60 grand all in.
Did you see today they tried to get the game played behind closed doors because they weren't able to take many fans out of sporting integrity? Fuck off.
Could you
I just don't
could you
understand.
imagine?
It's like,
Could you imagine?
For 20 grand.
No, could you imagine? Like, just set the scene, right? One of your boys, you're 18 years old. Set the scene. You're going out to Middlesbrough for a big night out because you got mates gone to university there. He's in Freshers Week, having a great time. You just jumped on the megabus, couple of quid in, mate. And literally, you're just sitting on the megabus and you're just sitting next to Thomas Tuchel, who's obviously got the European Champions League
hi guys.
on all the time, mate.
Well, and Conte's on there. Hi guys.
Kante's on there, mate. He's serving
Sorry,
food at the back. He's serving food at the back, mate. He's having a great time,
It's
mate.
match day.
You got Rudiger. He's just in the bands, mate. Who's going to be on the deck? Rudiger's going to be on the tunes. Rudiger's going to have the tunes.
We'll be on the tunes, yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, right, and also, megabus used to only be £1. It's not £1 anymore, but it's still pretty.
I think with inflation, mate, it's about £6, mate. So I think
the megabus does take about 10 hours to get up there, doesn't it?
Plus, you always have a few people on the megabus that stink of.
There's always someone throwing up at the back. Always.
Yeah, well, that's definitely you, Jack.
That'd be Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva.
Throwing up at the back.
So, by the way, my friend Adam Daniels said to Zidane. That's a good call.
Good
Actually, I wish I had have said that, but still Jeff Horsfield for me. So, but he joked, didn't he? Tuchel was like, "Oh, I'll go and hire a seven-seater."
Yeah.
First of all, Tuchel, there's 11 players in the team, bruv. You're meant to be a world-class manager.
Great word. You can tell we work the maths on this show.
I mean, you've obviously not thought about this very much, and this probably should be something you'd be thinking about. Second of all, like, why can't everyone just do their own thing? Be like, yeah, no worries, I'll see you up in Middlesbrough. I'll just jump in my flipping 4x4.
Can't have it. Said that. Said he'd pay for a private plane, didn't he, or something?
No, but this is what I mean, though. Like, they've all got cars.
But then, not to get into the boring stuff. Is it that they can't do that because then the club won't be spending money on something they'd usually spend it for, so they'd be saving, if that makes sense. They still have to pay out.
They can't save, but they've got a 20 grand budget. That's the thing.
I'm telling you right now, Chelsea are going to be absolutely fine. I'm so glad this is recorded because we can come back to it in a couple of months' time. Someone's going to come in. Someone's going to buy the club. They're going to be absolutely fine. They might lose a couple of players. Rudiger might go on to Newcastle. Exactly. He might come to Millwall.
Do you think the person that comes in is going to be able to put in as much money as Roman has?
I mean, he has been writing off some debts, mate. We talk about bad owners, and
he can't do that. He can't do that though. Now.
He can't do that. Give him the yellow card. Put
because that's what he said, didn't it?
Money talks, mate. But now, let's not get political. We can open up a can of worms with Newcastle. Move on. Next feature. Because
what if Newcastle go out and start doing an old Abramovich? You'll be like, well, we've got Mbappe.
The thing is, through all this, it has been in the back of my head thinking this is good mental prep for in 2040 when maybe we're at war with Saudi Arabia. But currently we're okay and we're doing loads of deals with them. So the government loves them. So not to get into nitty-gritty and that, but they're our allies.
Hang on, we're getting too political.
We're getting too political.
This is not a political show.
We haven't mentioned mullet in at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, the only politics we have is who's got the best bloody mullet. All right. So, on to my news section. Unless anyone else has anything else they would like to bring up on the topics we've talked about.
Nah.
Anyone who is Yeah, well, I've always been a Clifton, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Anyone who's watching, if you're enjoying the content and you like it, please click subscribe to FTV Sports and like the video. It's just a bit of love. That's what we're all about. You share the love, you give the love. That's what it's all about. Now, we got 43 plays on our last show. So we want to beat it. We want to beat it to 50. So if you're having a nice time right now, if you're laughing, if you're liking the mullets, if you're liking a bit of banter, then please share it to your friends and send it out there. Now we're on to the best bit. And this is the best bit. And just so you know, I am preparing little theme tunes for all of our bits. So your Millwall watch, Tom, is going to have a little intro. And my Bovrils Bits is going to have an intro. Yeah. So the first thing is, did you guys watch the Man City versus Man United game?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see the pre-match? This is taken.
What a boy band.
You know what I mean, right? And it was crazy, right? So I'm watching this, and I don't know, it's because I watch too much football. First of all, they've got one of these swinging cameras, right? So they're doing all these big round shots, and it was like either they were the new Justice League and a bunch of superheroes, right? Or they were Boyzone or Take That in their prom. What was great though is when they got so far as the shot went, and the director was in the shot, and he was done. I was like, get him out of here, mate. He's sacked. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. But what I can't do when I'm watching these things, I'm always watching the people in the background. I'm always like looking at that guy putting out the cones and being like, I wonder what his name is. I wonder what he's doing. Did you enjoy that coverage? Well, was it just a bit too much?
I don't know. I don't really. The preamble, I always find it a bit too boring, especially the preamble. It's always better. I prefer post-match when they're tearing into each other. But after that game, Roy Keane, Michael Richards, and Jamie Radcliffe.
That is
the hip flexor. The hip flexor. What is the hip flexor?
It's always Roy Keane raging box office for me. Love it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Michael Richards and Roy Keane are comedy gold. Them two together. Just my favourite bit of the whole of that coverage. It wasn't at the coverage, but it was afterwards. It was just literally Michael Richards just shouting at Roy Keane. And now he's not shouting outside. He's going, set it. And literally, like Roy Keane is sitting there, clenched fist. And like, he obviously loves it, but he just wants to go, bang! I love it.
If you look at this shot, he does look angry.
I'll be honest, Ollie, it's just like a night out with me and Jack, to be fair. He often wants to hit me after about 5 minutes.
I know, but look, the guy in the middle, I can't remember his name. He looks like
David Jones.
He looks like he could be Superman.
Dave Jones, yeah.
He could be. I'll give him that. Yeah, he hasn't got a mullet.
My favourite bit was the bit when it was Roy Keane and the hip flexor. I've never heard hip flexor mentioned.
Oh, he's going on about Ronaldo.
Hip flexor. It's French. You never had a hip flexor. What the hell is a hip flexor? Oh, brilliant! Love that. And the game was quite fun as well. But I did like. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it just seemed like it was quite over the top. But I kind of liked all the swooshy camera angles.
No,
not
for me.
Not
the side of the pitch.
Pretty standard these days, Ollie. Come on, mate. It's pretty standard.
No. That was another level. And they brought it into the game on Sunday as well. Like, it's this camera on the wire, mate. It's going everywhere. Next thing. All right. So this has got nothing to do with the football, but I was watching the football at the time. They keep showing the same bloody Sky Cinema advert. I watched it 3 times in one ad break.
Well, the film or
the advert? The fucking advert.
They always have loads.
It's like
a really little ad break. Where it's literally just a Sky advert and then straight back to the coverage, and then they bounce back to another advert.
Same advert. Why can't they mix up the adverts? I don't mind a bit of variety. It didn't make me want to watch Sky Cinema anymore. In fact, it made me not want to watch Sky Cinema.
I'll tell you what. No, out of all the online, no. If anybody, out of all the 46 people that are watching this right now, I'm telling you right now, do not get Sky Cinema. It's absolutely Luther Vandross. Honestly, the crap that's on there, and they always try to suck you in saying, "Oh, it's £5," and the next thing you know, you're paying £25 a month, and it is crap. Don't do it, kids.
the IPTV is really, really bad, and you get all live television and all movies and stuff, and it's really bad. I've heard that from someone. I'm not recommending that.
No,
I'm not recommending
no,
IPTV.
maybe that's why they keep showing the advert for Sky Cinema in between the football.
Yeah, not recommending IPTV when you can watch the 3 o'clock.
IPTV.
Whoa! You're talking about IPTV as in the illegal channel? Whoa!
No, I'm not recommending it. I'm saying it's really bad.
Well, Jack, mate, look, if you want to start promoting your own illegal channels, why are we cutting to? Are we cutting?
I don't know why I just did that. Cut to the Sky shot. We don't know what IPTV is, and we don't have it. Okay, so please, Sky, don't come and get us. In fact, we're going to sign up to Sky Cinema now. Few comments. Solo. Good evening,
warning people.
You're warning people.
Warning
No,
people not to get it.
You were telling them to get it. Solo, my good friend, he's watching the Man United game right now. I hope they're winning.
Good evening.
We love the Man United agenda. The Man United agenda are my boys. They got me into this, and now they're never going to get me out of it. So Hazel has said, let's vote the best mullet. So yeah, leave your comments in the. It's not a real. Yours is not real though.
Whoa! That wasn't the question. Let's vote the best mullet, mate. Just because you can't go.
Okay, all right. You know what, Tom? You've been very pedantic tonight. You've been.
He's belligerent, isn't he, tonight?
Yes.
I've just got some beans. It's full of beans today, mate. Full of beans.
Been a bit Larry. So don't hit the like button. Thank you, mate. That's what we all like. Share the love. Oliver always says the pre-match is the best part. That's only so I get to watch it, Hazel. Yeah.
I will be fair though, Sky Super Sunday. You can't beat the pre-match because it just gets you in the mood. It's like a little bit like when you go to the cinema. You like to watch like you like to get in there a little bit before so you can see what's coming out. So the pre-match is just gets you excited, gets you in the mood. And
especially if the camera angles are coming down, they're coming from the side. Like whoa, it's like we're a boy band.
They've done that for a long time.
I'm a big fan of the spider cam, isn't he?
Yeah, the spider cam's been around for a long time.
That we will be watching next week for the next cam. Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Right?
A brand.
I'm only saying this because Coca-Cola used to sponsor the championship and they're kind of into football. Right? So I was going down the shop the other day, right? I was thinking, just want a little bottle of Coke. Just a little bottle just to get me, out of my hangover so I can watch the football. How much is a little bottle of Coke?
Are we talking, right? There's a couple of things you can vary. Are we talking like the bottles that are now canned, the 50 centilitre one, the 30? I don't know why 50
No, I'm talking about the one that comes in the sandwich deal. The sandwich in the bag, Chris. Just want one of those.
Oh, okay.
That's 75 cents.
£1.79. What shop were you in?
Co-op.
Oh, co-op, mate. That's bougie as fuck. But I reckon £1.20.
Okay. That was more than that.
Really?
I'm saying £1.79.
It was £1.76. Yes. £1.76. Yet I could get a whole 1 litre bowl for £1.30. And I was like,
that's what walking along the street drinking a 1 litre bottle straight from the bottle, you'd look fucking insane.
Yeah, but the thing is, and it wasn't cold though. It weren't cold as well. So but I still went for the 1 litre because I was like, where did
not always it's not always the size that matters, is it?
Oh well, I think it is when it comes to bottles of Coke. Oh my God! Look, we've got a football question here. Score prediction.
Say the football question.
Discussing the price of Coke here, and not the good stuff.
Final score.
Who's come on here expecting actual genuine football?
I know. That's why I like Anthony. He sticks to it. I actually think we're going to win.
That's the funniest thing you've said all show. Are you joking?
We're going to win.
Anthony, you think you're going to
win? Are you saying that more in hope, or
Anthony? We're going to win 2-1. Okay, we'll go 1-0 down. We'll go 1-0 down in the first half. Then we'll get one back at the end of the first half, and then we'll score 87th minute. Martinelli, boom, done. Thank you. Title over. we are going into the top 4. Here you go, Jacko. I vote for Jack's mullet. It's actually not a mullet because I really like the facial hair too. Loving the look. There we go, Jacko. You've got my wife's vote. You know what I mean? Hey, there we go.
I want to go back to you thinking Arsenal are going to beat Liverpool.
Hey, you two calm it.
Jack,
I want to go back
actually,
to.
Jack, the next time you come on, though, you have to have a proper mullet. So you have to have it
Yeah,
shaved.
I'll have to order one, aren't I, now?
No. You'll have to shave it. You have to shave it. That's a prerequisite for coming back on.
Okay,
And Daniels, my good boy, again, just seen that shit does to pennies. I don't really get
Coke.
that.
Coke.
Oh, you seen?
Yeah.
Good job of him, isn't it?
Fucking hell, Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
our chief statistician / scientist. Love it.
We don't do any research on this show.
No, but what I would say.
But not least, Adam's with me. Believe, see, I'm believing.
What I would say, when you're that hungover, there is nothing better than a full fat Coke. And I'm talking the ones from McDonald's, from the syrup guns. Incredible.
Oh, post mix, the old post mix. All right.
I can think of better things, but we won't go into those.
There was a funny part on Arsenal versus Leicester commentary.
What? Just
when,
Arsenal full stop?
No, I was just watching it. I'm just giving my Bovrils bits here. Giving my Bovrils bits.
Have you had Bovrils?
Yes, thank you, Anthony.
Yes,
Anthony believes. Yes,
kudos
to you. Love you, Anthony. Thank you to these guys. Adam Daniels says lemon Fanta, better for a hangover.
Yeah, we move on.
But I was.
That's the best thing I've heard. Lemon Fanta, love that. Keep up the good work.
That. Yeah, with vodka's good. So I was watching the Arsenal versus Leicester game, and they lost commentary at the start of the first half, and they all got a bit worried.
I saw that.
Right, so you know what I'm talking about now.
Michael was like Ramsdale on the ball, comedy goal.
Yes, and everyone was laughing, and then the main guy from Sky goes, "You do that in the bedroom," and then Micah goes, "What?"
I didn't hear that bit. I missed that bit.
Oh, it was a bit I caught on to. I was like, "What's going on here?" Michael's like, "What? In the bedroom?" He's like, "Yes, that's what I used to do as a young child, and I used to practice in front of the mirror in the bedroom." And it was just all a bit like, "Get the commentator back on."
Back to the game.
I heard that bit.
Yeah, but the Sky guy took the man. But the thing is, he didn't do it in an eclectic way. He should have gone just like when I used to practice in the bedroom at home, Micah. But instead, he just went just like in the bedroom, and then Michael was like,
"What?" I love the way you were literally just taking a massive spin in there. It's just like I used to do in the bedroom, Micah. Seriously,
I used to practice in the bedroom. Yeah. Did you didn't hear that? No, you see that?
No, I did hear that bit, but I just heard it how it is, as opposed to you just turning and twisting it and just making.
I didn't twist it at all, mate. I didn't twist it. Thomas, you can go back and listen to it, and maybe if you were coming out with some amazing football observations, you might have some kind of retort. You don't. And his bubbles bits. So I can do what I want.
Did you get bits in Bovril? Did you have bits in it?
Not really. Bovril's more of a kind of
smooth.
Yeah, it was like Marmite, isn't it?
Isn't it gravy? I thought it was like gravy in there.
Yeah, but when you spread Bovril on toast, it's more like Marmite.
I'm being honest with you. There's absolutely no chance that Arsenal serve Bovril. Absolutely bollocks.
We do.
That's bollocks. Don't believe it.
I'm to Arsenal, mate.
It's well known, isn't it? When they score goals, they throw Bovril over each other.
Exactly. Could you imagine? Would you mind I would love to just throw Bovril in my own seat, if that's okay with you.
No, I'd like to throw Bovril in your face.
We're going to beat the Manchester City today, aren't we? Come on.
No, it's not like that, actually. I've only had Bovril when we're not allowed beers in the ground.
Because you're mental, mate. That's why. You're not allowed to have Bovril. I'm getting the Bovril tonight. Hey, lads, eat Bovrils.
Yeah, do you want a Bovril? Do you want a few cheeky Bovrils? Get on the phone to the guy. He'll drop it off. Not a problem. 2 warm Bovrils in a flask. Yes.
Mental.
And the next thing was, did you see the Hernandez goal against Watford?
Is that the other kid?
No. It was on the weekend. He scored his second goal for Watford against Southampton. Did you see the goal?
Ain't seen it.
Think so.
Okay, so when he goes to celebrate, the guy comes over him like that, gives him a little hug.
Comes out. Oh,
Yeah, and then he gives him a little kiss. He goes like,
yeah, they're mad for it. They love it. Yeah,
yeah,
they
gives him a
like
little
that,
kiss.
mate.
But I wonder what he said to him. He was like, I love you. He was like, love you too. And then he goes on to do the worst celebration of it. It's like a sergeant jump. It's just like, he just kind of army rolls out of it. It was terrible. What did you think of that?
You didn't appreciate the love that one of the players had tried to give to the other, and all the way that he left that. What was it? The leaving of the scene. What are you more angry about, Ollie?
The
No, I was
celebration can't
happy-
have been that bad.
I was happy with the kiss. I thought that was very
Fuck
nice.
you.
Showing the camaraderie. It can't have been as bad. The celebration can't have been as bad as Baffa Timby Gomez's. There's no celebration as bad as that one.
I used to
You
love
remember
that
that one?
celebration.
What happened with
Go on,
Gomez?
tell me, Gomez.
He used to get on all fours and go and pretend he was a lion. It was just
Yeah,
so
see,
cringe.
That's
He'd
the
be like,
thing.
That is a great. Yeah, but that's
But Jack-
signature.
That's a good celebration though. This one wasn't
That's a
because
great-
he just kind of stacked
Well,
it.
this is what
And then-
because
I
he's
don't think
rolled
he can beat
out,
an
and he's done
East
this little sergeant thing, mate. Like,
No, he's just like just army rock. He's like I don't know what he was trying to do, but
we're
maybe he
just
was
getting out of it.
excited.
But when you're pumped, you're pumped, right?
You just go mad.
Kissed the guy.
Huh?
He just kissed him.
Yeah, I know what.
Yeah.
But what? So it was Hernandez.
Showing love.
Hernandez scored the goal, and then he's done this.
No, Hernandez scores the goal. The
Yeah.
guy comes behind him, gives him a hug,
Got you.
and then he
Got
just
you.
turns, does a little side kiss.
Yeah.
If it's
Okay.
Watford, it's a shit club anyway, isn't it? So,
Can you do that? Can you do that side kiss again?
I'm not joking, mate. Watch Match of the Day. What's the second goal? I don't know how I picked up on it, but it was like, wow. Got to
You
talk
did.
about that on the show.
We love it. man.
And then my last Bovril bit is that Southampton have a player called Loser. So he's just like, loser. And it's like, come on, love, you got to follow up with losers on the ball rather than just sounds like you're calling this guy out to be a loser. Why is he a loser?
Leicester, Anthony Hibbert's giving you shit, mate, in the comments. I've seen
Huh?
Bristol City beat Millwall 3-2 at the gate back in
Oh,
January.
there we go.
No need for it.
At the gate.
Is
What have you got
that
to
be a
say to
Bristol
that?
fan? All right, Miller.
No, Anthony's
Bristol.
he's an Arsenal fan, Anthony.
Yeah, Bristol did beat Millwall, but who cares, mate? You've seen Bristol, you've seen Millwall, mate. We're going up. Come on, you Lions!
Do you really think you're going up?
No chance, but it's the hope that keeps you going. Come on, you Lions!
He's a
Good
realist,
point.
isn't he?
Adam said
Whoa,
Shearer's was the
whoa.
worst
That's
celebration.
controversial. How can we block him?
It was
He
pretty
did it more than
shit.
anyone else. Did it more than anyone
Shearer.
else, Adam, didn't he?
Shearer's
That is the
celebration was
most
shit.
iconic.
He did it more than anyone else did in the league, didn't he? So, yeah.
Yeah,
He could
I
have
mean,
took a shit after each goal. It wouldn't have mattered.
I mean, he should have signed for Man United and then he might have won something.
Football's not all about. Football's not just about winning things.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. Football
It is.
isn't just about winning things.
Then why did you
If
just
it
sell
was
your
just-
club to
If
Saudi
football
Arabia?
was just, if football was just
That
about
is
winning
such
things,
a
what would
good
be the point in investing in clubs?
Whoa. Then why did your club sell literally its soul to
Should have
Saudi
just
Arabia?
kept Steve Bruce.
Huh? No,
Should've
Mark
kept
Ashley
Bruce.
sold the club
Yeah,
to
I
Saudi
know.
Arabia. The
Why
club
no?
didn't sell itself.
You say if it's not about football, we're getting too political. Move on. Next topic.
No, we can talk
No,
about football.
what I'm saying is football isn't just about winning trophies. Else there'd be
Nah.
4 clubs in the league.
Exactly.
I know,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's not
I
just-
can
it
vouch
was-
for that, mate.
It
I
wants
can
that
vouch for that.
modern day football fans now say, "Oh yeah, football is just about winning trophies." It's not. It's not just about winning trophies. It's a good thing. We have lots of players that have amazing careers and don't win trophies.
Mm.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, Shearer was that good that he probably should have won some trophy.
But he won a
did.
Premier
I
League.
won the Premier League. Yeah, he did.
He won the Premier League.
He won a Premier
He's won
League.
more Premier
He
Leagues
won a
than
Premier
Jack
League.
Wilshere.
He won a
Same
Premier League and he
celebration,
scored
amazing
more
player,
goals than anyone
but
else in the Premier
Raised
League.
arm was seriously lacking any personality. Daniel,
Yeah, but
Daniel's coming
when the
on
goals
show now.
are the personality, who
I
cares?
know, but I kind of agree with Adam. Like, you could have maybe mixed. I could have done a go.
Who's
mix.
your favourite then? Who's your
What,
favourite
what are we
celebration?
talking about here? Are we talking about scoring
Whoa,
goals? Or should we come down?
boring, Jack. Let's just talk about celebrations. Favourite celebration. You can't say Shearer, Jack. Favourite celebration.
No, because Shearer's was shit. Go Muse! Go Muse!
I liked Wayne Rooney when he got knocked out in his.
That was a good one. I'll
He
give you
did the
that.
punch and then he knocked out on the floor. I did
That's
like
a
that
good call,
one.
Jacko. That is a good call.
Go
I
on.
did like that one.
Ollie.
I'm trying to think of.
Don't say Thierry Henry side.
No, I'm trying to think of one that's not an Arsenal player.
But all I can remember is Arsenal. What?
Okay. I'm trying to think of a good. Oh, I like the Haaland one when he got down and he did the yoga flame. He did the.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Afterwards, he got mugged off, man.
Yeah, no.
Was that the one where that old woman was just doing that back to him?
Yeah. that was
He pointed up to the stands and she was just going.
What's yours then, Thomas?
I got two.
You got two?
Glad you asked me. Dude, you got to love the Robbie King. No, actually, there's three, but I'll tell you, the Robbie King one was class. Robbie King.
Oh, you said Robbie Fowler.
Oh, the Robbie Fowler one was good as well.
Come on.
The Robbie King one when he did a little roll and fasting.
No, I don't like Robbie King.
Can't go. What about Pompey used to do them flips and he broke his hand.
Yeah, Ketzabaya as well. Do you remember Ketzabaya kicking the advertising hoardings?
Yes. Was that one the Newcastle player? What's his name? What was his name again?
Timuri Ketzabaya.
Well,
Antonio had a good one. What the one where they did the band celebration and there was one on the flute?
Yeah.
I don't know West Ham, so no, it's a terrible celebration.
Here we go. Daniel's saying, here we go. Where it is? Sturridge dance is cringe, but his facial.
Was it the old?
The robe? Was it the robe?
No, he did you don't remember that? No,
Oh, he does it's like the sort of a bit like a robot, but not. Yeah.
Peter Crouch, Peter Crouch God.
Peter Crouch was a good one. That was a good one. I always find these things funny. It's like, so do they practice it? They're like, right.
100% they practice 100%.
Yeah.
So 100%. If you were going to do a celebration, what would it be?
I'd just go mad and run and jump in the corner.
That's not really a celebration, mate.
It's
not really a celebration.
If it's your first goal, you're going to go mental. Like, it's like, regardless of it, I don't care if I'm paying.
Okay, you've been playing for 2 seasons and you've scored 20 goals.
What league am I in? What league am I in?
You're playing for Millwall. You're playing for Millwall, mate.
Oh, brilliant. In the Premier League in 2 years. Come on, you Lions.
What's your celebration, though?
No, let me think. You can't put them in the spot. This is a big question.
All right, we'll come back to it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, let's leave on a cliffhanger.
Always leave them wanting
Give
more.
the people what they want.
Adam says the brave man
windmills
is
God.
There we go.
Helicopter.
That is great. And then you're banned for 10 years. 10 years you go to prison.
The old windmill, the old speedboat. Did you speedboat those? Okay, so we've come to the end of the show. It's been a thoroughly enjoyable experience. Now we have a name. It's called the Mullet Show. Jacko, thank you so much for coming on. We'd love to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
You will have to shave your sides of your hair though next time you come on to have a proper mullet. Thomas, you'll have to have a proper mullet as well. We can work on that. Thank you everyone for watching, especially Adam. And Adam said it's totally worth it. So I guess none of the football one tonight was that entertaining. Thank you for everyone's comments. Thank you to my lovely wife for making the intro.
Yes, pick up Hazel, legend.
Hazel! You the next one. Hazel! We will be back in a few weeks if Tom's available. He's a very busy man.
Always available.
If you want to be on the show, please get in touch. If you would like, you think you can give some banter into that. And if there's anything you would like us to talk about as well, please let us know. And we can investigate that and we can give our own stupid views on it. Lovely comments from Adam today. Love you, bruv. You're going to be on the next one.
Turn it around.
Nice one, boys. Good show. Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely evening. Namaste and peace out.
England!